Well, good morning. Good morning. I'm on morning time. It's morning time for me. So good morning to everybody. Good evening wherever you may be at. I'm Tiana Kid, and welcome to today. Glad you guys are here with us on Sisters Talking NFT. Once again, my name is Tiana Kid, and
Yes, good morning. I'm Jessica Richardson. Excited to see you guys here another day. Ready to get into this NFT news.
yep. we haven't been buying like a whole bunch of stuff, but we a couple things here and there for this week. I know some of you guys we have been watching some of the things we've been posting within our group. So again, we're always excited about NFTs. I don't think they're for as of like right now. I'm like, okay, they are still hot, they are still moving, they are still going in the right direction. I will say that. If y'all see some of the posts lately, I'd say they've been going in the right direction.
Definitely.
So, all right, let's get started. Let me go ahead and start sharing this screen real quick. Got that over there. Come on, computer screen. Here we go. Okay, we'll get started off. This morning again, like I said, we posted it over in the Facebook group. But just a reminder, because I think we talked about this. Just shoot, was it last month when we first
It was
started?
the last month.
Yeah, like last month. And I think it's important, I think because sometimes we'll go in and we may talk about something really early on, and if you don't put it on your calendar, you like gonna miss the date.
Yes. It's going to be lots of projects like that because of how early we'll see it. And then if it don't drop for the next month or two and you didn't put it on your calendar or set some sort of notification or even subscribe to their page, then you will lose out on the drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like I said, I don't even know how well the Hotwheel drop will be. I was able to get a couple packs, a couple of them. I think they limited you to two that you could buy, on this particular drop. And so I think that's happening a lot more on the NFT space, where some of the drops they're only allowing you to buy one or two of the items. And I get it. I get both sides of it. Sometimes I'm like, but dog, I did want more. Our rule again is always try to buy two and out. With like if you can buy three, that's even better of the same item. But sometimes you just can't, and it's just because of the way the drops may be happening.
Well, yeah, and even to speak to that, it kind of benefits you if you're not a whale, because some people can come in there and buy most of the market up, and it can mess up the project with distribution. So sometimes it's good for a limit if you want some, like us. Somebody else might have swooped in and buying 10, 15, 20 at a time.
20 at a time. Yeah, but again, so if you guys were able to get some of these, you'll be able to go on. Remember, there's always a secondary market too. When you're looking at some of the NFTs. So this was a link that we sent out earlier. You can just simply click the buy now button if it's going to let me, and then it shows you. As of right now, this is each pack has sold out. So if you are in line, you might well get out of line now because it's officially over. They've sold out. They had 4,800 packs on this particular one, and then 12,000. So again, always remember that if you can always go to the secondary market. So any of these three sites here, you can definitely go to try to pick up some of those packs after the fact if you're not able to get one. They were $35, so these were 35, and those were 15. So I actually went to the Atomic. I'll go to the Atomic Hub up here. Okay, and so if I just go to the newest listings, let's see here. And all I did over here on the side is I just searched some of these on the Hotwheels. So again, some of these that were selling for $15. The lowest one right now is $52. So again, I think it's important. Some people come in and some people flip, some people don't. Somebody says, I was able to grab.
Can you go to the low to high?
Yeah,
it might be a little. Mm-hmm.
Oh, before we go low to high, let me just show one thing real quick. Because I'll show you what she said about the low to high. Remember today's packs. This is what today's packs look like. Because sometimes what you'll find is that you may have missed a particular drop. If you don't know what that particular drop was or what that package may look like, you could literally go to the open market and buy an old pack that you thought you were buying, which is a new pack. So always kind of identify what your pictures look like on here, so that you can go back to the open market and buy the right pack. Because if you see right here, if I go here and I go low to high, if I go where'd it go, price lowest, you'll see here that they have a lot of stuff that just shows up. It's not really the packs that we were looking at talking about.
It's probably the individual car.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. One of the cars out of the pack versus the whole pack, like she's saying.
Yep. Oh no, good. That's a good point, Justin. Good point. Okay, so that's one way of going over here and buying some of those. Again, if you want to just come in here, because most of the time if you go to the listings, the newest listings, you'll be able to go in here, and this is where you're going to pretty much see the things that either have just recently dropped. They're normally up here in this area, but again, always come back and compare the two pictures of what the official drop looked like compared to what you're trying to buy over here now. So somebody can, good way. Again, you flipper people, this is where you come in and you flip, you get your money and you go. That's your hustle if that's what you like to do. Okay. One other thing, since I'm on Atomic Cup, for some of you guys who were able to go on and you bought some of the Splinter land, just come in here. Make sure you keep checking your prices as far as Splinter land is concerned, because their prices are still looking fairly well right now. Your $20 is now worth $848. Actually, I'm sorry, that can be really wrong. Let's go see what the lowest price lowest. Okay, the lowest, well, the lowest is still $848. Your $20 piece of land that you should have bought is now worth $848 each. So depending on how many you own. Okay. All right, so that's that. That's that. So definitely come in here, and you can, if you like to sell some of those things, you can definitely do that.
Yep, toy companies Hasbro, Funko, and Mattel turn to Wax as trusted partner. So a lot of times started off with Wax, even coming into like the Atari cards, Street Fighters, and so many more. And a lot of people are choosing to now be basing out off of Wax or partnering with Wax. And so this is another major company coming into the exchange and going to be partnering with Wax to drop some more car. I believe the cars are theirs, the Hot Wheels. And so, whatever projects that they are on, whatever products they do brand to, they will be more so partnering with Wax to release some of those. They generally also will partner with other exchanges, but right now they are starting with the Wax. And so, if you do want to pay attention, or if you're into any of the Hasbro brands like Power Rangers or so forth, the franchises, then you can go ahead and keep an eye out on this exchange for some of the drops that they'll be having. And you can join Wax Discords, their Telegrams, everything also to stay up to date with certain stuff that's coming out.
There goes some products that talked about will unlock this Hot Wheels too. So just pay attention, because they always the dots get connected some kind of way when we start looking at some of these toys and stuff and games. All right. Yep. There go the money people.
Amico brands and builds plans for the K-pop NFT metaverse. They're just stepping to the space. When you see some of you may be familiar with the K-pop band or not, but they're going to be coming to the space, and the brand Amico brand is going to be leading them. You see how much money, we've talked about this before, who they're behind with Axie, all kinds of other additional companies they've branded with, like Sandbox, Dapper Labs, and stuff. So paying attention, if this is something that you're into, something that your kids are into, or being part of that collection or from the beginning, is going to be an opportunity for you. So you can come over if you like to read this article, search articles, see what is interest to you, and then if you choose to go ahead and invest into that project. There's going to be a lot of them, but you do want to try to go to those projects that are having a good following. So this article does go over a little bit more of how Amico Brands is going to be working with the K-pop in the industry to be able to go ahead and get that out there to the metaverse. A lot of people are going to be putting out spaces where people can perform. And so everybody is trying to make sure they have certain people that are already out there with a good following locked into their exchange or their platform. So it's really a great article if you're just seeing more things that are happening in the space, the brands, and who is still connected and making moves into this space of the metaverse.
Yeah. We talked about this last night on our call and our on the training last night. So some big things are definitely still coming out. Do some research. So really good article. Okay, talking about Penelope, man. So some of you guys, again, if you guys still own the cats, remember now you can actually go claim your kittens. So just I think because sometimes you get you're like, okay, should I go ahead and connect? Well, not necessarily connect your wallet. There's nothing wrong with connecting your wallet, and you're going to have a window of time frame as far as if your gas fees are super high when you're trying to claim some of these new NFTs or airdrops that you're going to be getting. If you have a lot of time, wait for some of the gas fees to come down, because sometimes I think when we were trying to claim the what were those head things, the nifty heads. One time I thought, I was like, dog, is the gas fee really like $1,800? Yes. Do I really want to claim it? I was like, no, we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait. We're gonna go see what the price is over there and see if we're gonna claim that right now. Wait it out.
So, and I did wait, and I actually got it to go down a lot less. So, but I did claim those. But the same thing, like when you're looking at the cats, as far as one, remember when you are claiming you have to give up something. Like if you claim in order to claim the kitten, you do have to give up your basket that you got as an airdrop. And like I said, I think on this particular thing, they talked about having like different tiers. And the way I interpreted it was like, as far as when if you had a crypto punk, then they airdropped you over here we talks about the me bits. You end up getting an airdrop from me bits, and then there may be something else that may be coming on after that. Same thing as far as with the board ape. If you had the board ape, they ended up giving you a mutant ape. So this is how they're trying to do that same thing in regards to the Penelope cat, from the way I was able to interpret what I've read on here. And so again, remember, if you'd like to claim that, you do have from the 15th till December. And if we can look at those on the prices, what are they prices currently at? Okay, so 589 items have been claimed so far, and the floor is 0.14. So again, when you're looking at minting and stuff, figure out the cost of that. The floor is $603. Does not mean that the floor is going to stay at $603. So I'll be very clear. Sometimes as more people start minting, you be like, dog, I guess I should have sold if that's what you want to do.
Especially when it's 10,000 of them and it's only 500 so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it could be interesting. Like I said, these could. I think when you say that, even as far as if it's 10,000, if people aren't minting theirs, it could very well mean that yours is going to be rarer. So you've got to do that balance of which side should you mint or should you not mint it. Okay. All right. This one. Okay. Dwayne Wade. Go ahead, Jessica. You got it.
Oh no, you got it.
Okay. All right. On Dwayne Wade, not sure if some of you guys missed this particular thing that for Dwayne Wade did post some things about him starting this, doing an NFT drop. There's still definitely an open edition that they have available. It's 24 hours. You'll be able to still go on. I think I bought this, I think yesterday. Yeah, yesterday is when I think I bought it. So you'll be able to have that up until 2 o'clock my time, but 5 p.m. Eastern time. So whatever time zone you own, make sure you check your time zone. But it's $33. They're only going to let you get one. So let's be real transparent. You can get one. Like dog. You can only get one right now. And again, it's connected with Flow. There are some benefits and perks as far as they do have some more upcoming drops that are going to be coming out. I mean, you have to come here and just start doing some reading on here as far as the collecting challenges. I do know that there's some perks as far as, if you're the top one, let's say if it's drop 3 or whatever it says, if you have serial number 1 through 10, then and you also have edition 1, 2, 4, and 5, then you're going to be entitled to certain things. So like this one right here, this was drop 3. If you had 1 through 10 on drop 3, then you could end up getting an autographed Dwayne Wade jersey. Okay. Going to be probably very hard to do, but at the same time, I'm going to be trying. Just to go ahead, Jessica.
Yeah, you gotta try to get it.
You got to try to get it. That's very true. So again, Dwayne Wade, well, we'll be having a drop. And like $33, I'm like, okay, this is worth the risk for me for $33. Right. Okay, that is that one.
Oh yes. Oh, now GG, and so this platform is going to be giving 95% of to devs. So if you're creating apps, know how to create apps. This is going to be a project that they're going to be. It's a cloud-based service, but they're going to be on app-based. And you see, they are like trying to plan on to bring the next billion of mobile gamers on board. A lot of people know that gaming is going to be one of the main ways mainstream adoption comes on. And so this one here, like Vivi, they're on mobile. This one's going to actually be an app platform where devs can come, and 95% of the funds go right back to the people that are actually creating on it. And so it's really cool to see a lot of these coming out. You'll see that they're trying to get to you. Mobile is really high in demand. Most people are doing everything on their phones. And so this is now going to be a space where if you are someone that maybe knows how to create some of those apps, you can actually come in and you'll be getting paid for developing on that platform and on that exchange. And so they definitely want to bring a lot of different people onto the platform, different types of game, different art. So it's just really cool to see that this is out there. And like I said, 95%. Normally the devs and the people that do create it, they are not getting nearly that share amount into their amount of payment. It usually is going back to the company itself. And so this one here is going to become the engagement that they do have, the fan base that they could reach by going into mobile apps is definitely going to be a company to pay attention to and look out for. You can play the games directly in your browsers or on their mobile apps. And so if it's something that just interests you or pay attention to, you do want to look at those platforms and exchanges that are also been able to adopt a lot of people like that are looking to onboard that many people. Because of course, if you have more people in the community or in that project, you generally have more money that can be spent or made just because who's following it, who's behind it. And as you can do see some of the partners that they do have, you just have to pay attention to all things that are going on. And don't just go and look at it without looking at the whole page because you would miss a lot of this, seeing who their partners are, seeing where they're going. And if you didn't know that, like you're just gonna go, okay, this is the site and this is it. But like pay attention to the whole page, who's behind it, even the Vita, the graphics that they have. So this is going to be a really cool project that's out or a platform that's going to be giving a lot of opportunity for people that can create games or especially in the future when we're talking about getting kids into making money and making the revenue. There's a lot of platforms where they're going to be able to go on to and generate that and just be at the house making hundreds of thousands of dollars, just anything, giving yourself that opportunity. This is one of those platforms that can do that. So if you pay attention, here's some of the stuff that they will be creating on there. They're saying they're going to be going into esports, at least for certificates for the esports. You'll be able to buy and sell trade game character skins. And so they are planning on covering everything just as if the OpenSea and other markets that may have.
I like it. I like, again, I think when you're talking about some of the kid, I think we can always be talking about, my kid had bought this thing and they can't sell the item. I like that right there. Like they can sell their skin or their sword once they're finished playing with this doggone thing. And this is another site. So this is really interesting. I really like this one. Really, really good. Got some good stuff coming out on their site. And I thought the one thing when I always see Amazon, I'm like power by. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's good for good one. All right, let's keep on moving. All right, the Meta Crew. Just remember, for those of you who have the Meta keys, I know there's some things that are going to be coming out. There was a couple things that were put out as far as how you're going to be able to redeem. You're going to get that airdrop as far as when it's time for you to redeem your artifact. That's only if you have, is it key 3? If you have key, I believe it's key 3, the artifact, or key, I don't remember.
2.
2. Okay, don't quote me on it. It's one of the keys. I have them, but I think it's 2 key 2. If you have that particular key that's connected to the artifact drop, you will be getting that particular gadget thing so that you can redeem your avatar from artifacts. But again, Metakey is actually also doing their own avatars, and so you will have a chance of, as far as being able to mint those too, if you do own Metakeys. And I think that goes for all the editions. It's not like you can just have one, but if you have multiple of the keys, you will be able to get multiple avatars. So that was one of.
And then, like you said, they are right now. They're in 2D, but they're going to be coming out in 3D. And so they'll be. I don't know if they're going to be rigged or everything, but they will be coming out in 3D. I believe he does have them. That he does want them to be game ready, just like how Artifact is doing. So that is just something to also look out for. Right now, you may see them in the 2D form, but they are going to be able to come out and be in 3D.
Artifact setting the bar. Everybody well, you got an avatar. You're like, yeah, I got an avatar, but it don't do this. And you're like, oh, okay.
Well, even to add to that, we've seen yesterday too. If you have a Metakey, CloneX had a disc that they were going to be airdropping that you're going to be able to get if you own a Metakey certain edition. So there are some things that also are still coming out. That CloneX did also announce that they were going to be also giving you, for holding the Metakey, a specific disc or some sort of digital disc that had their brand on it.
It's going to be interesting. And so actually you can just continue to go through this particular site here, as far as seeing how rare some of these avatars are going to be. It come all the way down here to the 0.25. So again, it's another free airdrop that you'll be able to get if you hold some of the Metakeys. And it just has a mini coming soon. Trying to figure out I was trying to see if it had that little gadget. I can't remember if it had that gadget that we were talking about for the artifacts. Okay. Alrighty, so Metakey is still continuing to do some very good things. So make sure you're checking out that particular project. Back to Vivi. I looked at the numbers today on some of this Vivi stuff, and I get it. But we come on every day, every week, talking about, okay, well, we didn't get nothing. Matter of fact, I need to see what I did get a comic book today. I don't know if I got a comic, what I got, but I at least got one item. Let's be real transparent because this stuff all week. I'm like, what was last week? Was what Thursday, Friday, Saturday had a drop every day. I was like, can I just get one item? No, these people are like ruthless right now on Vivi. So, but again, there is a demand for it, and I mean it rightfully so, because you know when you come in, you look at this item here. Because when I was looking at numbers earlier, this item what was $333. I can't remember what did I say the floor was. Was it $5,000 or $6,000?
Yes, something ridiculous.
So you bought it on the 12th for that price for $333, and now it's worth $6,000 plus. Okay, it's worth the risk of taking to try to get the item. I don't even know what else to tell you. Like, I mean, is everybody frustrated that they can't get something? Yeah, but if you just happen to get the right button and you happen to hit it at the right time, that's what it turns into. And
See,
so,
look at that. Tried every drop. I probably tried the first five, and I was like, okay, if I caught it, I caught it. And then
so I
got
tried every one of them.
$86 trick. I was like, do I need to get a new phone? Man.
I tried to turn my. I was like, maybe I should turn my Wi-Fi off. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi connection. Maybe if I don't go to the Wi-Fi, that might work. I've tried it all. It's
Yeah, don't
sometimes
worry. It must go out to family and friends because I'm just
kill the
playing.
family and friends.
Because I'm like, before it wasn't even nearly this hard. Now it's definitely a hit and miss. But like she said, if you can get it, it's $6,000 that you made that day. So I guess the worst you
Mhm.
had to do is set the alarm. But try not to get frustrated with it. Easier said than done. But
Yeah.
because the value and stuff is still there. It's like the Disney editions. Those are going to be some of the most highest valued
Hmm.
collectibles.
I think so. Honestly, I think so. Just like I said, being the first drops on there. Nick was, what did he say? You didn't get a lot of
I
Disney.
bought
Okay.
second phone power. Disney
Everybody got comments in the chat.
drop paid it off. Yeah, everybody got some.
You know, the second phone, really? You probably that's good. Oh, somebody said paid it off. Hey, that's good. That's really good. But but because it's more, you might. I'm not telling nobody to buy a second phone, but that's like I might need to go check into some things because that line, but like I just really need it for the drops. That's all I need it
Yeah, I'm
for.
about to uninstall every other app on my other phone I got. I'm like, that's gonna be the only app on there in a minute. I'm like, everything else gonna get uninstalled.
But the numbers again, I just think it's mind blowing again when you start looking at the NFTs as far as like, wow, this stuff moves this fast. Um, there's no way to explain it. But again, you start when I guess there's a way to explain it. When you look at there's what 4,300 of these. How many people in the world? How many people want the Disney? How many people want that? People who are in crypto or NFT space, everybody kind of like want it.
And even to say that, like it's only 1% of people that's really in that space. It may have gone up now, but it's not like it's more than 2 or 3% of people
Hmm.
that are in the space. And so everybody that's in the space know to get this now because even though it's hundreds of thousands of us now, there when millions of people come into this space, when the people that collect all Disney's collectibles come into the space, and they're finding that there's an item that they don't have because they weren't educated of knowing about NFTs, then a lot of people are going to be coming looking for those first one of a kind or the first series that collectible has. So a lot of people know that this is a waiting game to the millions of people, or if not billions, if you're talking about the gaming. So you try to get it, and then you're gonna hold it, and you don't necessarily have to hold it because you can come in and still flip and make 10, $15,000 on some items, or even if you doubled.
I
I
was
don't have to
looking
go
at
that high because
the gold Ghostbuster. I was like, that thing said $30,000. I was like,
yes,
what the world?
yes.
Those I don't even know. There's no explanation. I don't even know what to tell y'all. It's like there's no explanation, but there is a demand, and I'm gonna tell you, you need to be there to sell the items to the people. The people need the items, and you might as well be the person that can have the item, and sell the item to them in a month, in 6 months down the line, so that so you can make a gazillion dollars and change some things, like completely in your life.
Right, because all the regular traditional collectibles aren't really in the space yet.
Mhm.
They are, but they're definitely not. There's so many that's not in the space that because let's mostly say because they're not educated about what NFTs are, they haven't figured out or got a grasp of what it actually is, and so a lot of people are definitely sidelined. So yeah, we'll be here to give them when they need it.
Like I knew you needed that item. I'm here for you. No, it's good stuff. But Vivi, again, I'm not telling anyone if you don't like to do VB, by all means, that's your cup of tea. I get it. It's up to you. But they will definitely have some more drops on Wednesday. Another drop is going to be coming up for some more comic books.
Hit
Um,
Monkey? I ain't never heard of Hit Monkey. I've been, and I know they have so many comics I haven't heard, but I used to follow. I was like, okay, and I don't care if I ain't never heard of it. It's a comic.
you say you don't care.
Yeah, I don't even care. I'm gonna try to get Hit Monkey.
Yeah, because somebody has heard of them because they didn't just trust me. BB just didn't put them on there.
That's right.
So
They're definitely a Marvel comic.
yeah. So again, $6.99 could instantly turn into some big money
Oh,
if
see,
you're
there we
able
go.
to.
First appearance of Hit Monkey. But
It's
wonder
gonna
where
be
it
it's
originally
gonna be
came.
look at the numbers. It's only 6,000. That makes it eight. Yeah, it's gonna
You
be a
love
lot.
those numbers. That
You
that
love the
creates the
numbers.
scarcity. Yeah, you when you
If
want the
you can
lower
get
number.
one, you love the numbers. If you
Yeah,
can't get one, you be like, dog, that's all they put out.
yeah.
I
And look,
didn't
they
know.
kind of got a little more hip. Does the next one go to 10,000 editions?
It
Oh,
didn't
it
say.
doesn't say.
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to see if they're now trying to do a 10,000 edition thing, which is like you say, it's cool for the scarcity because of the common. There's 6,000 of those, but when you go to secret rare and ultra rare, when you go to reselling those, that's crazy money that it could make.
Yeah.
So
That's
I just want to see if they're
secret
going to
rare.
be following that total edition from here on out. It'd be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Get that secret rare ultra rare. You be like, baby, we're going to the coast for dinner tonight. That's what you said. We're going somewhere tonight because it turns out that quick. So so again, be on the lookout. Put these on your calendar. Like I said, sometimes we can put them out and we're like, hey, but this is where you need to start taking the initiative. And if you're into a certain project, start coming to the calendar, coming to look at what they're putting out on their particular site and putting those dates on your calendar. Okay. All right. So that's
Let's say,
that.
well,
Oh, go
what
ahead,
is it?
Justin.
Oh no, I was in the chat looking at what is it? I think somebody said what is it NFT? Oh, like even to just say the most basic term, an NFT is a digital asset. You can get. Oh, my dogs are barking a little bit. Sorry about
Right,
that.
you good?
It's a digital asset. It can be represented by art, virtual land, game assets that you can also redeem for physical assets. So just to like say the most basic term, NFT is a digital asset that is recorded to the blockchain. And it represents different type of assets. There's a lot of different assets that are now coming out behind an NFT. So that's
And
just a little sum.
yeah, I'll be like, to me, I'll just tell you simple term. It's a unique item. It can be a ticket. I'll be like, it's a unique item. It's like sometimes it can be a one of one.
A token,
Sometimes
yeah, a unique token, a
unique.
digital asset.
Yeah. So all of this stuff are like unique items. Somebody want that unique item. That's the simplest term I can give you on that. But if you don't know what NFT is, trust me, you want to get to know what an NFT is. I promise you, it will be life changing if you learn about NFTs. Okay. All right, and real quick, just remember on this Thursday that Trevor Jones is going to be having a drop, on Nifty Gateway. So that's one of the big drops, as far as one of the big artists. Make sure you're putting that on your calendar.
And make sure you put it on your, if you go check it out, make sure you also know the requirements for that drop. There may be specific requirements as well, but this is one we do watch out for this artist specifically.
Good stuff. All right, just a reminder for some of you guys. I try to remember to do this, okay? Because I know some of you guys might have bought some of these lands back when they were $100, $200. I remember some of you guys, I think, with $200 was the high on these lands. Okay, League of Kingdom. If you're looking to sell some of your land, it's totally up to you. You have to make a decision for yourself. But they are going for 0.3 right now, which is in Ethereum, which is equivalent to, if it's going to open up, $1,400. Okay, so they're $1,400 for the League of Kingdom land. If you're looking to sell some of your land that
And
you
make
have.
sure, yeah, and when she's saying that, also you see that number two there. That's $1,400 for the level two. Make sure if you're coming in listing, you go according to what your level is, so that you're not actually listing lower than what you should. Over is always just going to be okay, maybe to sit there, but you definitely don't want to be listing under what the value of your specific land piece can be, because I believe they now go up to all the way to 7.
Mhm. I'm trying to see if I see any level fours. That's that. I'm going down. Level 4 is at if you bought some of the higher ones, which would have been closer to the $200 range. I don't know. I think they were 200 some dollars. That they will be going for half an ETH. So that's what she means by when she's talking about that. I'm just trying to show you visually. So what is the going price? $2,100. Okay, $2,100 for that same piece of land. So check some of it. Y'all be like me. I'm like, did I buy that? I gotta go check what wallet. And then now you're trying to check 15 different wallets
Yeah,
to figure out which
where's
one
it
where you buy it at. Because you know you bought it, but you can't figure out what wallet you have.
at? Yeah.
There is craziness over here in the NFT space. Especially if you start investing early on, you're like, what else do I own? You're like, oh yeah, I did. Oh, I did buy that. Yeah. So this is again, this is League of Kingdom, a game, it's still building out, still doing some things. But when I start seeing that their numbers are going in, and I'm not telling you, I don't think neither one of them are telling you, hey, just go in there and instantly sell your land. You need to either go to their Twitter, and see what else they're talking about, because the worst thing to do is that find out that they had some big partnership, or they had something big that came along, and this is the reason why the numbers have started going on that land, and you sell it for like 0.3, and it really should have been like half a ETH or 2 ETH. So do some research from their Twitter and so forth on their particular game. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I didn't missed it in the chat. Okay, now
Sandbox land.
it's a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, Sandbox again. We keep talking about the doggone metaverse. It's getting really crazy with looking at some of these numbers on Sandbox. Literally, the numbers have started to pick up like very, very good. If you do have some Sandbox land, many of you again bought them for not nowhere near. I mean, if the highest one I think at the time was with that $700 one when Sand or Ether something was up higher. So let's say even if you got it at $1,000, I don't even care if you got it at $2,000. Let's be real transparent. The floor right now is $10,400 for the single plots of land in Sandbox. So do some I'm not telling anybody to sell. I'm be very, very, very transparent. That's your decision on if you're going to sell, or if you have enough land and you want to sell your land. That's completely your decision. Jessica, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. It's so hard to tell you not to sell, or if you've been sitting on it a year or whatever it is. Sandbox has been, well, we at least been looking at it and buying for over a year now. So
Mm-hmm.
I will say it is very early. Like she's saying, you definitely want to know why the price is going up. It's not to say not to sell, but if the price is going up, it is for a reason. And they haven't even launched yet the full platform, all the games. Everybody has been building over there, getting their positions locked in, getting their sections locked in. And so, especially if you can rent, you don't necessarily, I wouldn't recommend at all selling. Your piece might be in something that somebody needs, and so rent it out. You don't have to necessarily sell it, especially like when you're on ground zero and there's years to come of this game and all the audience it's going to bring in. But so like she's saying, it's hard to say don't sell if you paid $200, $700, or even $1,000, $1,400 for this land, and now you're able to get 10,000. You have multiples, you can sell one and already recouped whatever you may have spent out if you depending on how many you've purchased. So
That's true.
yeah, so you
That's
maybe
true.
want to sell what you actually put in your initial investment to, and that depends on how many pieces that you do have. So
I heard that.
you may not be able to let them go. So and they have to decide, if it's something literally that's just a flip for them, that's fine. But they don't understand the metaverse and all the money that's getting poured, the billions of dollars that's going to be in the space coming to those platforms. Then it's like you just have to decide. Long-term collectors know that the value is you're just too early to be selling. Some flippers know that you want to make the money in the moment, so you have to decide. If you can't walk away from $10,000, you don't walk away from $10,000. You go sell. That way, there is always a rule of having more than one for this specific reason like this.
Yeah, that's very true. But again, you see, I mean, you can see the people are buying them. But 3 minutes ago, someone just paid $10,400 for this one. So it's not like we're sitting here like, well, there's like, the numbers say this. No, I took a screenshot of this and put it on a Facebook post the other day. I think it was yesterday, just showing you how these things are how they're selling. Some of the 3x3s I've seen as high as 100 and they were even higher than that of some of the screenshots that I took earlier. But this was like a 5 land for $68,000. That is crazy, crazy, crazy numbers. When you start looking at what you paid for some of these lands. And I'll be like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, do I gotta really have like tenants anymore? You be like, you need you need regular rentals also. So I get that in real life. But at the same time, when you start saying buying land in virtual land for this kind of price when you're buying them earlier on, it's it's game changer. Literally, it can be really a game changer. Like even if you have multiple pieces of land, make sure if you are selling them individually, that's fine. But also at the same time, if you have some that you have some stuff in bundles. I told Nick, someone I think Nick put something about have connected lands. Yeah, if you have some connected lands, do some research before you're putting your stuff up for sale, because it makes a big difference in what you can get for some of these pieces of land. It's game changers. Okay. So that's what I'll say on that. I'm excited about Sandbox. Okay. All right. And then let's get moving.
Yep, and we have an update to the artifact came out with let you know the pre-sale is now going to be November 27th. The public sale is going to be the 29th. They were talking about how they want to make sure the product comes out and making sure that it looks the best and has the best design to it. So they did update letting you know November 27th. Let me tell you this: normal projects, it could hurt them if they change a date. With Artifact, it was just like a little hump, and then everybody kept on pushing. In fact, it even showed on there that even just yesterday, somebody went and spent 134 ETH on getting different Artifact ferocious shoes and other things. That way, that they can just buy specifically, and it wasn't one person. It was 134 ETH was spent within that day for purchasing items to be able to get your 3 avatars. And so when people are looking at this and looking at some of the stuff they're still doing, they still know that the company is building out in every way. And they're going to be in games. They're going to be in fashion specifically as well. That's a whole nother $1 trillion market that people aren't thinking about. And so when you hear the 10-day or a 9-day delay, I was like, oh, okay. I do want them, believe me. I can't wait to get them. But normal projects that could hurt them with a change of date. But honestly, I'm so far and believe with the people that are behind this project that think that they're building out
You
that
ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going unless not a nothing, not a one, not a nothing.
Because I think it was important, like you said, some drops that this could have killed the whole deal. You're like, I'll forget that company. I'm not even going back to buy nothing. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. y'all need a little bit more time to make me some money, like long term. I'll wait. I'll be patient.
Yeah, I'll be patient because you're also getting the airdrop right when they come out. So it's like whatever item you're getting another item. So it's a waiting game. That's all it is for me. So take your time. Hope soon that will happen. Oh, and then there you go. There's the Metakey airdrop also that they'll be getting if you do hold the Metakey for your bonus item.
So yeah, if anybody have a doubt in your mind, we can clear it up right now. We're not selling nothing. We will be waiting for artifacts on it. If they have another delay, we will be waiting patiently for artifacts. Again, like you talk about getting $1 million license agreement for the avatars that you're going to be able to mint. That by itself, like I got time.
And they create a game for you. The game gonna be excellent. You're talking about people that have designed for Fortnite, and you already know where Fortnite stands into this metaverse. And you're talking about people that have mass experience in different in fashion and gaming. And so, just knowing if you're following behind them, who they're working with, Jeff Staples, shoes, Janet Jackson, like shoe, a lot of different stuff in the background. We ain't going nowhere. Honestly, people go to them to look to what to do, and so you want to definitely follow people in the space that understand the space. That is vital. A lot of businesses are going to be coming in not understanding how NFT goes, not understanding how crypto people work, and so they understand the ins and out of all of that. So I'm behind them 100%. So I can't wait to get my little avatar from the 27th now.
Yep. And I know you're talking about even we were talking about the rigging and stuff, and so when we were talking about Metakey the Metakey, how they're doing the avatars. This is where they want to get to is here. And it's like, okay, or, to some of their other things of how they look and how they can move and so forth. And they're going to probably need artifacts, or they're going to have to hire some people who know stuff like Artifact knows to get their stuff to come up to this level. So big, I'm okay. I ain't lost no hope. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's keep moving because we can get off of here. All right. Now, if you guys have not been paying attention, I think last week we shared with you guys about the Bored Ape, creating the bands and so forth. their floor is still pushing. The floor literally, if you guys have not noticed from when we have talked about Bored Apes, and this is 48 ETH. It's that simple. They're currently for the floor is 200. Actually, let me go back. Oh, that one sold. Okay, so that's the
As
best
quick as
offer.
it was there.
As
It's
quick as it
so
was there, it's now gone. That's the best offer. So let's see if we can find it. So the floor just moved to 49. Is that 49 and a half ETH? Come on, thing. If I can get my computer to catch up. I think that's the same 49 and a half ETH. So $215,000 is the floor on the Bored Apes. They are continuing to, you see this chart right here? I was one thing that I was skimming over the other day is talking about how a Bored Ape is trying to, some people were kind of thinking that Bored Ape could be one of the ones that flips CryptoPunks. I mean, whatever. Trust me, I hope they do. But at the same time, it will take some effort in doing that. But if people
just
continue,
just to add to that, most of the Bored Apes probably have a punk.
they
So
do, they
yeah.
do.
And so they're about to make some more money in the right way. But like she said, if it's gonna be them, it could be them. And I'm gonna name Artifact in there too.
What?
And then once that should, once everybody actually realizes who they're connected to, what they're doing in fashion, and what's gonna happen with the, I definitely believe, because depending on how many they're out there, but yeah.
I
So
totally agree with that statement. This could be the artifact.
yeah,
And like I said, it could overcome both Bored Ape and Crypto. That's just us. That's our belief. So, but again, I think when we look at it in the context of how Bored Ape started off, $700-800, but that was like 6 months ago. Do I think artifacts could get to this level? They're like, artifacts is not a picture. It's not like and not to say that Bored Apes is just a picture, because there's a lot more to Bored Apes. But when you start looking at the Clone X and how it moves and all those different things and all the other connections it already has and it's already built out for, it puts it on a totally different level. So this could easily be, I'm not your financial advisor. This could easily be your artifact.
But at the same time, yeah, and even when she's saying the Bored Ape, follow the money. Of Bored Apes and punks, some of that they don't get into everything when it's that high. They get it at low prices, at mint prices and stuff. And so it's good to know where the money is. So if I'm watching Bored Ape people, or I'm watching other people that are in the space that are already proven that they can do it, it's good to start with certain projects and see what they're watching too. So yeah, Bored Ape should definitely have punks. It's a time we were supposed to get some punks, and we won't go back to those days, but it was life changing even back then. I think you could get out for 20, 30,000 even back then, and now you look at some of them like 100,000 or so, and so it's a whole nother ballgame. Well, even more than that. I said 100,000, just a couple,
just a couple.
yeah, a couple hundred.
So even to like 11 minutes ago, so one of them sold for 52 each. So when you start looking at this as far as, well, okay, but like, well, yeah, I know people are asking for that high price, but are they selling? The blockchain don't lie. They're literally 2 hours ago still selling for over 200 some $1,000. Who's buying them? You're like, who just spent $200,000 on some Bored Ape? There are people in crypto who have this kind of crazy money. Somebody spent 323,000.
And even better than that, there's plenty of people that's outside of crypto that have that kind of money that didn't have no clue, and now they just go pay to get in because that's what they used to. They're just gonna go, okay, I'm just gonna pay it. I have to get this, and so there's so much money, like she's saying, that's in crypto, and then there's so much untapped money that's outside of crypto, that old money or that money that's been there still. So a lot of the money for businesses that have come into the space and legitimately now looking at it for a company portfolio. So there's a lot of different people now willing to spend that month. MasterCards, Visa, different companies are adding to their portfolio all the time, and they're going to add these type of items.
I don't know what happened here, but I hope.
Oh, that had to be a mistake. I don't know. That's devastating.
I don't know if maybe they knew each other. That's
they had to.
The only thing I can think of.
Setup. It was the one that they set this contract to be able to go pay for it. I'm hoping.
That's had to be the case.
That had to be it. It has to be it.
Because 43, that's like a big mistake if that is not the case.
And they might, yeah.
Woo. Maybe they thought that was 100. And
maybe they found a way to sell it to themselves easier or send it, transfer it cheaper. Maybe it's cheaper to transfer it that price than it was.
That's all we
I
can.
I can't make sense of it.
Because otherwise they'd be on.
They sick right now.
I would be. So that happened the other day on one of the drips too. Remember we were looking at one of the drips, and I was like, oh, it's like heart wrenching. You're like, I hope that this was not like a mistake, you just hope that they transferred that, because that could really affect you like really, really bad. Okay.
Oh yeah, in the wrong way.
In the wrong way. Just
Hmm.
to see that you sold that for that, and to know you should have got that, would be devastating. Okay, so again, just won't don't harp on that. The other, so Bored Apes are still continuing to do things. Mutant Apes, if you own the Mutant Apes, those are definitely also moving up, because remember, with Bored Apes, these were airdrops that you received. The floor on those is now 6.9 on the Mutant Apes, and those are now currently still $29,000. Okay, so be on the lookout. As far as the connection, like Jessica was saying earlier. Okay. What's somebody said? Somebody said tax loss. Okay, okay, I got you, Nick. I got you. Maybe they were trying to do a tax write off. They needed
Yeah, that's real good though. I like that one.
loss.
'Cause yeah.
That's not a
I'm
bad
like, yeah, that's
idea.
a good one.
Be like, you know how much I lost?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm out. That's a good one, actually.
didn't quite look at it that way.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
recorded on the blockchain too. I'm going right there to prove it.
Take pictures.
Yeah. We go to
Okay.
my transaction hash, go to Etherscan, print that up.
Like, if you really, really need to show this, I can show you where this is at.
That's right. That's a good one.
Yeah, if somebody says it is still with somebody they know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that part.
You're like, boom, boom. Okay, all right, okay. That was out of the box thinking. That was
Yeah,
like,
I like
whoa,
that.
didn't see that one coming. Good. Okay, I'm with you. All right, so okay. All right, so that, again, like I said, we are, like I said, not to remember to follow us on our YouTube channel. We'll continue to put content out on our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, please do so. Again, that's where we're going to be putting quite a bit of our information on there, so that you guys will be able to see what's the new things we're either looking at, or if there's some type of training that we may be putting on there. That's our YouTube channel. So again, please continue to go there, and we're always also trying to push you to make sure you get used to being subscribed to our YouTube channel, because you just never know what Facebook might do. And so if you would like to watch us on our YouTube channels, please definitely feel free to do that, because we will be out here talking about NFTs. So that's going to be that. Okay. Remember, if you do continue, if you, like always, we always say the same thing. If you do have any friends or family who are looking to get into the NFT space, please continue to remember to send them over to our Sisters Talk What's NFTs.com site. That's going to be where we're going to be doing most of our posting right here, as far as where there's projects that we're currently getting in, or any announcements that we want to put out. Like earlier this morning, we put out the Hotwheels, and then the VV drop. So again, like if we get something that we need to give you guys as fast as possible, this will be the area where you'll find those things. Okay. I think that's all I have. Jessica, do you have anything else you want to add to what we've talked about, or are we good?
Oh no, we're pretty good.
Good. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, once again, thank you all so much for hopping on with us. It's been great. And I just a little bit. We did start our first class last night. Hopefully, you guys are still continue to. Those of you who have signed up, hopefully you've gotten some value out of our class, and we will continue to meet with you guys again Tuesday through the rest of Friday. So we got a lot to share. And so once again, thank you all so much for hopping on with us today. We appreciate you hopping on. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you all on Thursday. Have a good one.
Have a good one.